All right, we've talked about crying and lifting. Now let's talk about red meat. That's right. The food that ancient humans hunted, modern humans fear, and fitness influencers grill on Instagram while flexing their abs and pretending they're not using a filter. It's also the centerpiece of the carnivore diet, which I have been following to great success, sometimes semi-success, but which I was kicking butt with recently until Thanksgiving happened. More on that train wreck in a minute. But first, let's talk about why red meat deserves its own holiday, preferably one without stuffing and mashed potatoes. Red meat is a fleshy superhero. Red meat is a nutritional powerhouse. It is the most nutritionally dense food on the planet, bar none. Yeah, I said it. It's packed with protein to build muscles and repair tissues, with bioavailable iron to keep you from fainting when you stand up too fast, and lots of B12. You know, you only get B12 from animal foods, so if you're starting your day with a kale smoothie, good luck. Let's not forget zinc, creatine, carnosine, which are pretty much fancy words for shit that makes you feel awesome. But here's the kicker. Red meat actually lowers inflammation systemically. It's like a bouncer for your body, kicking out the troublemakers that make your joints hurt and your belly puff out like you're 3 months pregnant with regret. However, because of disinformation, misinformation, and lack of information, red meat has gotten the shaft. It has been demonized, villainized, and criminalized. So you probably think it's bad for you. Well, it ain't. Hey, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Start with doing a YouTube deep dive, because of course, if it's on YouTube, it means it's true. For real. Listen to the thousands of success stories where people talk about how their lives have been utterly transformed since adopting a red meat-based diet. And then try it and come to your own conclusions. So I have been on a carnivore diet more or less since 2018 when I first started playing around with it. I will go sometimes months on more strict, other months on less strict, and somewhere in between. But I find that the more strict I go with it, I feel amazing. My brain fog lifts and I have pretty intense mental clarity. My energy soars and stays consistent throughout the day. My belly fat disappears and I gain muscle without having to do a whole lot. It's like my body goes, thank God for feeding us what we need. Instead of going down Wawa and ordering a turkey hoagie with extra oil and finishing off with 2 tandy cakes and a butterscotch crimpet, you know what I mean? Anyway, when I stick to a strict carnivore diet, it's good for me. And I was chugging along recently for a couple months on end, until Thanksgiving. A day that started in gratitude ended with me elbow deep in mashed potatoes, stuffing, and 3 kinds of pie. The next day, leftovers. By day 3, I wasn't eating pie. I was fucking it. Because here's the thing. Carbs can be addictive. They light up your brain like a slot machine in Vegas. You think, I'll just have a little bit. Next thing you know, it's 1 a.m. You're back at Wawa again with 2 French apple pies and a pint of chubby hubby. Whatever he said. Point is, things go bad. They go downhill quick. So yeah, I've fallen off the wagon. Not in a graceful way. More like I somersaulted into a ditch covered in gravy. But here's the thing about wagons. You can always climb back on. Part of the reason for starting this channel is not just to say what I think people should do. It's to try to do it myself. Because I believe in these ideas. And I believe in the carnivore diet. But I know I'm not the only one who hit the carb buffet hard over the holidays. I'm looking at you. And I'm inviting you to join me. So, here we go. Back on the wagon. Starting today, I am challenging myself once again to do a strict 30-day carnivore challenge. You with me? Let's call it the 30-day carnivore reset challenge. Here's how it works. Eat meat like it's your job. Mostly red meat. Salt your food to taste. Stay hydrated. Cry occasionally about the lack of cookies in your life. And when you do it, cry hard. I'll be checking in regularly with updates and my progress, and let's be honest, probably a few meltdowns. And I hope to be here for yours. Red meat therapy, it's my fuel. It's my way back to feeling a little bit more human and less like a walking marshmallow. So if you're ready to ditch the carbs and get your health back, grab a steak. Come join me. Because at the end of the day, life is too short to go around feeling like crap and too awesome to live without ribeye. Like, subscribe, share, because healing starts with the first bite.